Hey everyone, what's going on? I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to a brand new video in which we're going to be testing out the cinematic vlog capabilities of my new camera, the DJI Action 5 Pro. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to kind of make this not just a boring old camera review. I want to actually film some content in which we're going to be actually doing something. And so today in this video, we're going to be putting up a SteadyRack on the wall there for my mountain bike that's right there. Currently it sits kind of in a tire holder against the back there, and the goal in this video is going to be to not only test this camera but also to hang the bike up right there. As you guys can see, we got some holes in the wall that were previously installed by the last owner of the house, but I figured while I do this, I have to do this anyways, I might as well test out this new camera and bring you guys along. So let's get started. Now I figured I'd make a few points about the camera settings that I'll be using on today's video. So right now we're in 4K 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's more of a square, but I can kind of pick which part of the image I want to use when it eventually does end up being like 2:1 or 16:9, whichever one I go with. We're in Rocksteady 3.0 Plus. And so with the Plus, you can't actually use the ultra wide, it's just the wide version, which I think the focal length on that is like 17 millimeters. Normally on the ultra wide, it's like 11 millimeters. So we're gonna be using the Rocksteady Plus in the wide mode. And I think that's pretty much it. Shooting right now in D-Log M 10-bit. So that's gonna give me a lot of control when I go to edit the footage and do the color correcting on this video. That's actually one of the biggest things that kind of sets your action camera footage apart from the others. Maybe you want to put like a nice color grade on there, use the 10-bit color, use the camera to its full capabilities, and that'll really kind of give it that cinematic color touch. Because right now, this is what it would look like if you just shot in 10-bit D-Log, super flat, but when you throw the color correction on, it looks a lot better. And more cinematic, if you will, in my opinion. So that's a note on the settings. Let's go ahead and show you guys what kind of rack I bought for the bike. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to point out is the audio on this video is all being captured by the internal microphone on the actual camera itself. I'm not using any type of microphone, aftermarket microphone, or added microphone to this. It's just straight from the camera. I don't know what it's going to be like. Hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's decent. It'll probably be usable, but again, it's probably not going to be the greatest as if it would be if I had like a DJI mic or use my other external lavalier mic or shotgun mic. So this is just audio straight from the camera. So I want to make that note real quick. So this is the bike rack that I'm going to be mounting on the wall today. It's the SteadyRack wall mount bike rack, SteadyRack Classic. They make one for e-bikes as well. This is just the classic version for normal bikes. But it does support up to 77 pounds. Maximum wheel diameter of 29 inches, and tire width of 2.8 inches. So for my bike, I have a Canyon Spectral 125 CF. It has 29-inch tires, wheels tires, so I'm good there. And my tires are 2.4 inches wide. So less than 2.8, so I should be good there as well. So this should work just perfectly for my application. This thing is beefy. So for those of you guys who wonder what I was doing in that sequence right there, what I'm basically doing is measuring the bike off the wall, basically from the wall out, to see how high it needs to go up on the wall. So basically the front hole or the top hole on the mount there, however far this hole is from the wall there, is how high up it needs to be screwed in on the wall. So you're basically judging the distance here, how much distance you want off the ground for the bike to hang. So that's about what I want right there. I calculated it to be about 85 inches to that top hole. And so now I gotta find the stud on the wall and go 85 inches up, and that will be where I mount the top screw for the SteadyRack itself. So looked a lot more complicated than probably what it needed to be, but I had to get this whole bike standing up and mounted into the rack to see where it needed to be. All right, so it's actually about where that hole is in the wall, 85 inches. So I can kind of use that to gauge how high up I need to be. 85 inches. If it's off by like a few inches, it's not that big of a deal. All right. So now I need to grab my stud finder. Stud finder. Nice hole here. All right. It's about right here. Oh, perfect. Look at that, perfect. All right, now that that's there, we can figure out where this is gonna go. Well guys, there you have it. The bike is officially hung on the rack. I snapped those little covers in to cover up the screws. I'm gonna fill those holes in up there. That's by the rack itself, but I'm not gonna film that. I think for the purposes of this video, this is actually gonna conclude this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys kind of found it interesting. I hope the footage comes out good. I just want to kind of put this camera through its paces. Normally, you know, I got this camera to mount while I'm snowboarding or mountain biking or doing some other like physical activities, something that's more relevant to what this is doing, or maybe some driving footage as well. But this was just a little bit of a vloggy style video to see if this camera can actually hold up versus what I normally film with, which is my Sony ZV-E1. And with the 10-bit color, I think it's great because it'll mix in well with the footage, and all the footage you can make look the same by shooting everything 10-bit across the board. So that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.